Any questions before we proceed? Any questions before we discussed about field attributes? And after that, in field attributes, we have started with the date field attributes. Apart from that, we have covered everything. So any questions? We till entry date, I think we have covered. What is an document date? What is posting date? Clear if I'm not wrong. Yes, no.
Okay, yeah, all of
Correct. That was the thing we have done last date. Right on next one, translation date. Translation date. For example, I'll show you one screen. -07 or 06. See here, translation date. We have already discussed about document date, posting date, clear. And we have discussed about, we have not discussed yet value date. Okay. And we have discussed about system date. Fine, entry date. What does it mean? System date is nothing but your entry date. Next one, write down translation date. Anyone have an idea what do you mean by translation date? Anyone have an idea what do you mean by translation date? Yes. What do you mean by translation?
no.
See, it's very simple.
Naveen,
Yes,
the date which we do translation currency.
exactly. Whenever we do a foreign currency purchases or sales, okay. So to convert into a local currency, so on that particular day, whatever date we are doing, so foreign exchange rate value, that date is nothing but a translation date. Clear? Every day, every hour it will be get changed, or every minute there will be a fluctuation between your foreign currency with your local currency. So according to which date we are going to measure our currency, local currency with the foreign currency exchange rate, that date we are going to call it as a translation date. So just write it down. Translation date. This date will be used. This date will be used to convert foreign currency transactions into local currency based on exchange rate values, based on exchange rate values. Okay. So next one. Normally this particular date will be used. For example, I have posted one document yesterday. Okay. And my local currency is INR, and I have received an invoice on USD, and I have posted incorrect amount or any incorrect reason. I have booked one transaction yesterday. Okay. So yesterday the rate was 80, local currency exchange rate value. And today I found that that particular entry is incorrect. That particular entry is incorrect. Then I need to reverse it. So for example, if I take today's date, clear, there would be some change in foreign currency valuation. There will be some change. For example, yesterday it was 80 and today it may be 80.5 foreign currency. 0.5 also it will be it will have a lot of difference, right? So that's the reason at the time of posting the transaction, right, at the time of reversing the transaction, normally what we do, foreign currency valuation, whatever date we have booked the transaction, the same date we will take to reverse it, so that the foreign currency exchange value may not get difference. This is clear, and it will be automatically captured the translation date part. Normally, this translation date we use only for foreign currency valuations, foreign currency bookings. Apart from that, we just ignore this. Okay, any questions on this translation date? Next, write down value date. Next, write down value date. Value date. It's very important. Put a star mark for this. Value date. This date will be used. This date will be used to record encashment date. This date will be record encashment date for cash transactions. For cash transactions. And a realization date. Realization date for bank transactions. I'll repeat once again. Value date. This date will be used to record encashment date for cash transactions and realization date for bank transaction. Realization date for bank transactions. Is this clear? Any questions on this? See, for example, we purchased goods. We purchased goods today. Okay. And the customer paid the amount not immediately. He has paid very next day. Means he has paid in cash. He has paid in cash. So here, when we have sold goods today and we have received cash tomorrow's date or whatever date. So the day when we receive the cash, that date is considered as an encashment date. Clear? Encashment date. And next, when regarding checks, for example, we have purchased or we have sold goods to customer. We have sold goods to customer worth rupees 1 lakh or 50,000 USD. So what they have done is they have, instead of giving cash, they have made a payment through check. Okay, it will take time. It will take time to deposit the check and to get the realization. Clear? So whenever check, it may take 2 to 3 days time. So that date, the date when check will be realized, get credited in our account, that date we call it as a realization date. Is this clear? Realization. So when it will get realized, that is nothing but after 4 days. Then that particular date we call it as a value date, right? Whenever we receive cash, that date, the day when we receive the cash, that date we call it as a value date. Any questions on this?
Naveen, so both the value date and enhancement date are
Same. See, for check transactions or bank transactions, we call it as a realization, and for cash transactions, we call it as an encashment. Only these
Okay.
terms are different. That's it. But that date will be considered as an value date only. Clear?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
Next one. Then what do you mean by a baseline date? This is very important again. So what is baseline date in the sense? This date will be used to calculate due date for customer invoice or vendor invoice. So what it is saying is baseline date. For example, we have this is 01/08/2023 purchased goods on credit from XYZ. Okay, XYZ worth rupees 20,000. Okay, and the as per agreement, the amount or due date or okay, payment terms, the agreement, the amount to be paid 30 days or 31 days. 30 days. So what does it mean? See here, which day we have purchased the goods or services from XYZ supplier on first. So here baseline date will be calculated, baseline date especially for to calculate the due date. What is the need of baseline date? To calculate the due date. Okay, to calculate the due date. So here, for example, as I said that we have purchased on 01/08/2023, correct? And from there it is 30 days. So if we take baseline date as 01/08/2023, okay, then what would be my due date? What would be my due date? So from this date onwards, 30 days, then it would be 30th
30th of
August 2023. Okay, so but sometimes what we won't count this particular day. The due date with the baseline date will be calculated from second onwards. For example, baseline date, I'm taking it as an, we are consider as per agreement, we are considering it as an from 02/08/2023. Then what would be the due date? What would be the due date? 31st August 2023. It's very important, the baseline date calculation. So we have one complete session on baseline date. Clear in future when we do the postings part. So one complete session we are going to do on the calculation of due date and calculation of baseline date. Is this clear? But as of now, any questions on this particular thing? It's again depends upon your agreement. Payment, we have a concept called payment terms. Okay, in that I'll explain in depth payment terms part. Any questions on this as of now? Yes, no?
No, sir.
Okay. So next one, we have due date. Okay, write down due date. And due date is nothing but payment date for vendor invoices and receipt date, payment date for vendor invoices and receipt date for customer invoices. So here it's nothing but, what is my due date here? So there's nothing but I have to done the payment on 30th as per this. If I take baseline date as in 1/8, if I take 2nd August, then my payment due date would be 31st August. Okay, this is about your due date. Any questions? This is the total field attributes. Apart from this, we won't get any other additional fields in complete all SAP screens or any other SAP applications, whatever may be the module. Is this clear? Any questions? So fields, nothing but what is this? The first one, what is a field? Sorry, what is
Document date.
what is this field? These are called text fields. These
Text
are called date fields. These are called drop down fields, correct? And these are called radio buttons fields, and these are called checkbox fields. And this is considered as a mandatory field, whatever you can see here, mandatory field. And like last time I have saw like in some other server, it is showing it as a star, which means that instead of tick mark, we are able to see the star also, which indicates that it's a mandatory field, required field. Without giving the data into this, without giving any data, we can't move. Clear? So these are the fields we have in SAP, any screen of SAP. Okay, so this is about your complete this one. So before going to configuration, before going to SAP configuration, first we will design our company. What is the company we want to do? Okay. And normally I'll take real-time example only. So what I'll do is, okay, I'll take one example, how to design a company, how to organization structure. Just write it down as it is. So I'll go with, for example, let me open this. Normally what I'll do is we will create one structure. For all the batches, what I'll do is I'll take normally same. I'll change only the letters part, that's it. So that anyone can attend any batch. Okay, so I'll take any company. I'll take my server got crashed, so that's the reason I'm starting with the first letter. Cement company starts with A. I'm taking anything, you can take anything. ACC Cement or Adani Cements. I'll take Adani Cements. So the complete project, we are going to work on this particular company only. Okay. So how my structure would be. So write it down. Adani Cement Industries. I'll write it as a. Just write it down. Write down the structure. So our example, we are going to work on Adani group of companies. Is that the same, right? Adani, yeah. Adani group of companies. Okay. Let's assume we have this particular company is operating in India. And as well as in US. So this particular company, this is a company, and this company is having, okay, operating in India and as well as in US. Okay. Next one. Companies. This is nothing but local company. Indian company is a local company, and this is a foreign company. Okay. In India also, we have a different companies. In India also, we have one company in Hyderabad, and one more we have. We have one more in Mumbai. Okay. In India, we have a company operating, but in India also we are operating in two different areas, Hyderabad, Mumbai. Okay. And next one we have in US, we have in San Francisco. Okay. We have a cement and steel plant. Adani Group deals with cement and steel. So we have plants in Patancheru in Hyderabad. Okay. And one is in, if you don't know the place, don't get confused. One more plant in Balanagar. This is the place. Okay, Balanagar. And next one, we have one more in Guntur. Guntur. Okay, so all these three are whatever plans are there. These are nothing but, just take some space. Okay, this is my, we have, this is cement plant. We have three plants, whatever plants we are talking. So all are cement plants in Hyderabad. Okay, Balnagar is also having cement plant. Cement plant. Okay, Guntur also we have cement plant. All are cement plants. Okay, all are cement plants. Next one we have Mumbai, we have steel plant. Okay, we have steel plant, which is located in Thane. Thane. Okay, and San Francisco, we have a plant in San Francisco. We have one steel plant in Fremont. Fremont, and that is also a steel plant. Steel plant. Okay, so our group of companies is Adani group of companies. So for example, your client in real time, for example, your client. So first of all, whenever we enter into the client, so first of all, we need to understand the organization structure, company structure of the client. So directly we can't do the configuration straight away. So we need to prepare a sort of documentation. So in that, for this one, apart from your as is and to be documents, whatever documents we discussed, apart from that, we need to design organization structure. We need to understand the organization structure of our client. I'm sorry, organization structure of our client. Okay, so for example, I'll just, before writing it, just write it down. So this is my Adani groups, which is having in India and as well as in US. It's in US. Okay, and Hyderabad we are having. Hyderabad we have a 3 plants. Another one is in Guntur. Okay, and cement plant is in Patancheru. Cement plant in Patancheru. Cement plant in Balnagar. Okay, and Guntur. Okay, and in India, just for your understanding, I'm taking this. We have Hyderabad, Indian company we have in Hyderabad, and we have in Mumbai. We have in Mumbai. And same time we have steel plant in Thane. Okay. Just write down this. Okay, first of all, what we will do is, okay, the structure is clear till now. Any questions on this particular structure?
No, sir.
No,
Right.
all
So actually, what does it mean? Actually, Adani Group of companies is having operating from India. The head office is in India, and again, it is having a foreign collaboration in US. And again, in India, it is having 3 different company codes. Okay, one is in Hyderabad, one is in Mumbai. Okay, 3 different branches or whatever you call, and one is in San Francisco. And in Hyderabad, we have a manufacturing plants. We have a manufacturing plant. Okay, which is in 3 different areas in Hyderabad, in 3 different areas, and those plants are related to cement plants. Okay, and again we have one more plant in Mumbai, that is in Thane, steel plant. Same time in US we don't have any cement plant, we have steel plant. Okay, okay, and this company is looking for 3 types of reports. This company is looking for